She insulted her. She abandoned her. And yet, she had no idea the poor girl she maltreated and scorned was her own daughter. What happens when the truth finally comes out will shock the heart of Lagos and the world. The sun in Lagos was hot enough to boil anger out of anyone, and Amelia Johnson was already angry before she stepped out of her car. She had just left a stressful meeting, her head pounding, her mind crowded. So when she saw a thin, dusty teenage girl waiting by her gate, her irritation grew. The girl stood up quickly, hands shaking. "Good afternoon, ma. Please, I'm looking for work, even cleaning." Amelia didn't even let her finish. "Leave this place. Do I look like someone that picks strangers from the street?" The girl stepped back, hurt filling her eyes. Her name was Lily, a 17-year-old who had just arrived from Abuja with nothing but a bag of worn clothes and a letter she couldn't bring herself to open again. The letter Mama Esther left before she died. "I'm sorry, Ma," Lily whispered. Didn't you hear me? Move away from my house," Amelia snapped. The security man looked away. The neighbors pretended not to notice, but the shame hit Lily like a punch. She had walked from street to street all morning, hungry, tired, desperate, and now insulted again. As Lily walked away, her steps shaking, her heart whispered the same question she had asked for years. Who am I? Why did my mother abandon me? Inside the gate, Amelia's housemaid, Joy, looked at her carefully. "Madam, that girl looks like she needs help," Joy said, gently. "I don't care," Amelia replied sharply, but her voice wasn't as strong as before. Something about the girl's face, the shape of her eyes, it tugged at a memory she didn't want to remember. That night, Amelia couldn't sleep. She kept seeing the girl's face. She didn't know why guilt was burning inside her. She didn't know why the girl's voice felt familiar. She didn't know she had pushed away her own blood. She didn't know the girl she insulted was the child she lost 17 years ago, the child she believed died at birth. But destiny had opened the gate that day, and both mother and daughter had stepped into a story that was waiting for years. A story that would shake Lagos. A story that would shake their lives. A story that had only just begun. The last thing Lily expected to find after Mama Esther's burial was a small, rusted metal box. It was tucked under the old woman's bed in their little Abuja room. For days, Lily avoided opening it. Part of her believed it contained answers she wasn't ready for. But hunger pushes courage. Pain forces truth. That evening, she finally opened the box. Inside were only 3 things: her childhood photo, hospital papers, a sealed letter addressed to Amelia Johnson. Lagos. Lily froze. That name again. The same name Mama Esther whispered before taking her final breath. Her hands shook as she opened the letter. The handwriting was old but clear. "Amelia, your daughter is alive. Forgive me for hiding her. You were too young. I did what I thought was right." Lily felt the ground shift under her feet. Daughter? Alive? Who? Me? Her heart pounded so loudly she could hear it echo. She flipped the hospital paper. Her name? Lily Johnson. Mother's name? Amelia Johnson. Place of birth? Abuja General Hospital. Lily whispered the words with trembling lips. My mother is alive? But confusion stabbed deeper. If Amelia were her mother, why had she suffered all these years? Why did her mother never look for her? Why was she left with Mama Esther? Questions poured like rain during Harmattan. And worse still, Lily connected something painful. The woman she met at the gate. The woman who insulted her. The woman who chased her away like trash. Could that be her mother? She shook her head fast. No, it can't be. My mother can't be that woman. But the fear stayed. Back in Lagos, Amelia sat in her office but couldn't focus. The girl from earlier kept entering her mind. Something in her eyes. Something she couldn't explain. Her pastor's words from earlier echoed, "There is something from your past that will return. Be ready." Amelia hated hearing that. Her past was a wound she locked away. She never even told her husband the full truth. Only her late mother knew, and she took that secret to the grave. But the past doesn't stay buried. Sometimes it rises in the shape of a thin, dusty girl at your gate. That night, Lily sat by her small mattress in Abuja, staring at the letter again. Joy from Lagos had given her a small note with her phone number when she left that day. Lily picked the note and dialed. Joy answered. "Hello? Who is this?" It's me, the girl from the gate," Lily said, quietly. Joy gasped. "Are you okay? I need help. I need to come back to Lagos. I think Amelia might be connected to me." Joy froze. "What do you mean?" "I read a letter," Lily whispered. "She might be my mother." Joy covered her mouth to stop a scream. She looked around to be sure Amelia wasn't close. "Come back," Joy whispered urgently. "Come back fast." The next morning, Lily boarded a cheap bus from Abuja to Lagos. She held the metal box close to her chest throughout the long, uncomfortable journey. She didn't sleep. She didn't blink much. She just replayed that day at the gate. Every insult, every harsh word, every look of rejection. A thought stabbed her again and again. If she really is my mother, then she hates me. When the bus rolled into Lagos at night, Lily stepped down with shaky legs. The city lights were bright, loud, and unforgiving, just like her fears. She headed straight for Joy's location. Meanwhile, Amelia's husband, Mark, sat in the living room with a thoughtful expression. "What's wrong?" Amelia asked. "You look disturbed," he replied. "It's nothing," she lied. But Mark wasn't convinced. He noticed the way she sighed, the way her eyes looked distant, the way she kept touching her chest. Something was coming, something heavy. He could feel it. When Lily finally reached Joy's small room, she collapsed into her arms and cried. Joy held her tightly. "What happened?" Lily handed her the letter. Joy read it once, twice. Her eyes widened. "Jesus," Joy whispered. "Madam Amelia, your mother?" Lily covered her face. "Why did she throw me away? Why does she hate me already?" Joy hugged her again. "You deserve answers, and you will get them." Neither of them knew that the truth they were chasing would shake Amelia's entire life and theirs. Amelia woke before sunrise, her heart pacing like someone banging on her chest. She had dreamt of a baby again. The same dream she had for years. The baby crying, someone pulling the baby away, her own scream trapped in her throat. She sat up quickly, breathing heavily. "Not again," she whispered. For 17 years, she told herself the same story. The baby died. Move on. But the guilt never left, not for one day. She got married, she built her business, she pretended to heal, but the hole never closed. That morning, she walked into the living room to find her husband, Mark, sipping tea. "You look disturbed," he said. "Did you dream again?" She forced a smile. "Just tired." Mark nodded, but looked unconvinced. He had always sensed Amelia was hiding pain, but he loved her enough to wait until she was ready. Amelia wasn't ready. Across the city, Lily sat on Joy's floor, watching her boil water for tea. "Are you sure you want to face her?" Joy asked quietly. Lily nodded slowly. "I need the truth, even if it breaks me." Joy sighed. "Okay, but promise me you won't confront her alone. She can be harsh." Lily smiled sadly. "I already know." They shared a small laugh, the type that hides fear. Meanwhile, Amelia's phone rang. It was an unknown Abuja number. She almost ignored it, but something told her to pick. "Hello," she said. A shaky voice replied, "Good morning, Ma. My name is Grace. I knew Mama Esther." Amelia froze. Mama Esther was the midwife who handled her secret birth years ago. "Why are you calling me?" Amelia asked, her voice trembling. "It's about your baby," Grace said softly. Amelia's heart stopped. "What about her?" she whispered. There was a long pause. "Madam, your baby didn't die." Silence. Deep, sharp, unforgettable silence. Amelia clutched the chair beside her to stay standing. "What? What did you say?" she breathed. "She didn't die," Grace repeated. "Mama Esther raised her. She kept her safe." Amelia dropped the phone. Her knees shook. Her eyes widened with horror and hope. Her daughter was alive? Alive? After all these years? Mark rushed to her side. "Amelia, what's going on?" She couldn't speak. She could only whisper one sentence. "My child. My child is alive." That same morning, Joy and Lily walked to Amelia's compound. Lily held the metal box tightly against her chest. Her heart pounded so hard she felt dizzy. "What if she denies it?" Lily asked quietly. "We will cross that bridge," Joy replied. They reached the gate, but before they could knock, the gate opened from the inside, and Amelia stepped out. She froze. Time stopped. Her eyes fell on Lily first, on the face she had insulted, on the girl she chased away. But this time, she looked properly, really looked. The eyes, the nose, the shape of her jaw. Amelia felt her breath leave her lungs. Something in her recognized something in Lily. Lily stepped back nervously. "Good morning, Ma." Joy swallowed hard. "Madam, we need to talk to you." Amelia looked at them like she was staring at a ghost. She opened her mouth to speak, but her phone rang again. Same Abuja number, same fear. She picked it. "Hello?" Grace's voice trembled on the other side. "Madam, the girl's name is Lily. Lily Johnson." Amelia's hands began to shake violently. Her eyes moved slowly from the phone to Lily's face. Lily Johnson. Johnson. Her name. Her blood. Her missing child. Amelia gasped and dropped the phone. Her entire world spun like a storm. Lily stepped forward, confused. "Ma? Are you okay?" Amelia's voice cracked for the first time in years. "Lily, what is your full name?" Lily looked at Joy, then back at her. "Lily Johnson, Ma." The moment the name dropped, Amelia's tears burst like a broken dam. Mark stepped outside, alarmed. "Amelia, what's wrong?" But Amelia couldn't speak. She couldn't breathe. She couldn't stand. She was looking at her daughter, the girl she abandoned, the girl she insulted, the girl she chased away like she meant nothing. And now, destiny had brought her back, standing at her gate again. This time, Amelia felt the world collapse around her. The day moved slowly in the office, but Lisa felt even slower. Her body was weak, and her heart carried too much pain. She tried to work quietly, so Abigail would have no reason to shout at her. Still, she felt watched, especially today. During lunch break, Lisa stepped outside to get some fresh air. She had barely sat down when a woman selling drinks pushed her cart closer and stared at her, long and deep, as if searching her face for something. The woman's name was Mrs. Grace, an older woman who had lived in Lagos for many years. Her eyes widened and her lips trembled slightly. "You child, what is your name?" she asked softly. Lisa looked up, surprised. "My name is Lisa, Ma." Mrs. Grace held her chest as tears gathered in her eyes. "Lisa, are you sure?" "Yes, Ma." The woman's hands shook. "Who raised you? Where are your parents?" Lisa felt a sharp pain in her chest, the question she hated the most. I don't know my parents. I grew up in different places. I only know I was found as a baby in Abuja." That was it. Mrs. Grace gasped loudly and stepped back. "Abuja, baby? Oh, Lord." Lisa became confused. "Ma, are you okay?" The woman stared at her with fear and shock. "My dear, you look exactly like a girl I remember from many years ago. A baby that went missing after a fire accident in Abuja." The mother searched everywhere. She almost ran mad, looking for that child. Lisa's heart pounded. She felt dizzy. "Do you know the mother?" Mrs. Grace hesitated. She looked at Lisa again. From her eyes to her smile, too many similarities. The resemblance was too strong. I think I do," she whispered. But before Lisa could ask more, someone shouted her name from behind. "Lisa, get back inside, immediately!" "Abigail." She marched toward them, anger in her steps. "What are you doing here? Wasting time again? And you, why are you talking to my staff?" Mrs. Grace looked at Abigail and froze. A heavy silence dropped between the three of them. Lisa did not understand why, but Mrs. Grace took a small step back. She looked at Abigail the way someone looks at a ghost from the past. Then she whispered under her breath, so quietly only Lisa heard, "Be careful, there is a truth you don't know, and it will shake your life." Abigail grabbed Lisa's wrist and pulled her roughly. "Don't follow strangers. You're too dull to understand danger." Lisa's chest tightened. "I'm sorry, Ma." Mrs. Grace watched them walk away. Tears dropped down her cheeks. She could not speak. She could not move. She recognized the two of them, mother and daughter, but the mother was blind to the truth. Inside the office, Lisa tried to calm down, but the woman's words would not leave her mind. A missing baby, Abuja, a crying mother. Could it be her? Could she truly belong to someone? Meanwhile, Abigail went straight to her office and locked the door. The moment she sat down, her heart started shaking. She knew that face. She knew that woman outside. "What is she doing here after all these years?" Abigail whispered, her hands trembling. Every memory she had buried tried to rise again. She stood up quickly, breathing fast. "No, I will not think about that. That chapter is closed. Nobody will open it again." But deep inside, she knew the truth was already walking back into her life, through the girl she mistreated every day. At closing time, Daniel tried to walk Lisa home. She refused, saying she needed to think alone. Her mind was heavy. She remembered the way Mrs. Grace shook. She remembered how Abigail reacted, as if hiding something. The night breeze in Lagos was cold as she walked home. "Who am I?" she whispered to herself. She didn't know the answer yet, but someone else did. And soon, very soon, the truth was going to explode. The next morning, Amelia woke to a calm house, or so it seemed. She sipped her tea slowly, trying to calm the storm in her chest. The vision of Lily outside her gate haunted her still. Every detail, The dusty dress, the tired eyes, the way the girl held herself made her shiver. She told herself, "It's just a girl, nothing more. Stop imagining." Then her phone buzzed. A message from an unknown number. Amelia opened it. Her eyes widened. A photo stared back at her. Lily and Mark talking outside, smiling at each other. The girl she had insulted, the one she had chased away, and her husband, leaning close, whispering something into her ear. Amelia's first reaction was rage. How dare he? How dare he meet a stranger behind my back? She stormed into the living room, phone in hand. Mark was reading the newspaper. "What is this?" she demanded, thrusting the phone toward him. Mark froze. What? What is it?" "This," she shouted, her fingers shaking. "Explain why you are talking to this girl, this stranger, without telling me." Mark looked at the photo and felt his stomach twist. He had not expected Amelia to see it yet. The girl in the photo was Lily, the girl from Abuja, the girl at the gate. But how would he explain without revealing everything? "It's not what you think," he said carefully. Amelia's eyes narrowed. "Not what I think? That you secretly meet some teenage girl who just appeared in our lives? That you laugh and talk with her while I am here, working and paying for everything? Do not lie to me." Mark's voice dropped, calmer now, trying to reason. She is not just anyone. I knew her before. From Abuja. Her name is Lily. You need to hear this from me." But Amelia would not listen. Pride had taken over. "Silence. I will deal with both of you. I don't want explanations. I don't want lies. I will handle this my way." She ran to her car, phone in hand, shaking. She needed to find Lily immediately and punish her, or at least confront her. Meanwhile, Lily had no idea the chaos she caused. She was at a small kiosk in Lagos, resting after a long walk. Joy was beside her, preparing a small snack. "Why are you smiling?" Lily asked cautiously. "I am not," Joy replied, but she couldn't hide the fear in her eyes. "You don't know. Your photo is online." "Photo? Online?" Lily's voice rose. Panic crept in. "I didn't post anything. What photo? Why?" Joy whispered quickly. "Someone took the video. Or photo. When Amelia slapped you the other day. It's going viral already. Social media is burning." Lily froze. Her hands shook. She hadn't even realized. She had been too tired, too emotional. This can't be happening," she muttered. Joy held her arm tightly. "It's real. And you need to be careful. Amelia will come for you. And the public, they will judge too." Back at the house, Amelia's rage had turned to desperation. She drove fast, heart hammering. Her mind raced with memories of every insult, every scolding, every harsh word she had said to the girl. And yet, she had never thought this would come back like this. When she finally arrived near Lily's temporary home, she almost lost her courage. She saw Lily sitting quietly, her bag beside her, the city lights reflecting on her weary face. Amelia stepped out, her hands trembling. "Lily!" she shouted. Lily looked up. Fear filled her eyes. She stood, slowly, clutching her bag. "Stay away from me!" Lily shouted. Amelia's throat tightened. Her lips quivered, but the words came out anyway. I need to talk to you. You don't understand. You must hear me." Lily shook her head. "I don't want to hear anything from you. You hurt me. You insulted me. You are nothing to me." Amelia's heart broke. She took another step forward. The wind carried the sound of the city around them. She wanted to tell Lily everything. The truth, the secret, that the girl she hated was her daughter. But the words were stuck, because pride and shame had barricaded them for 17 years. At that moment, Joy noticed a man standing in the shadows. Someone had filmed Amelia's earlier harsh encounter with Lily and posted it online. The video was already trending with hashtags #justice for Lily, #rich woman abuses girl, #stop abuse. Now Amelia's face turned pale. She had not realized the storm she unleashed. The city, the media, the neighbors, all were about to know the truth. And yet the truth she most feared, the one about her lost daughter, remained hidden, waiting to explode at the worst possible moment. Amelia's hands shook. Her heart pounded. She whispered, almost to herself, "My child, I didn't know." But the world already knew something, and soon destiny would force her to face her own sins. The next morning, Lagos awoke to the hum of cars, street hawkers, and the relentless heat. Amelia sat in her office, staring at the blank wall. The previous night's chaos still haunted her. The photo, the trending video, the possibility that Lily, the girl she insulted and maltreated, was her own daughter. She didn't want to face it. Pride told her to ignore it. Shame told her to hide it. But something inside whispered, "You cannot escape this, not anymore." Her assistant Daniel knocked softly on the door. "Madam, are you okay?" Amelia turned sharply. "Yes, leave me." But her voice betrayed the storm inside. Daniel hesitated. He had noticed the change in her over the past days. Something was wrong, something monumental. Meanwhile, Lily sat at the small table outside Joy's house, staring at her metal box. Every paper, every photograph, every letter screamed at her, "Your mother is alive." Joy leaned closer. "Lily, I think it's time you see her, face her, stop running." Lily shook her head. "What if she hates me? What if she never accepts me?" Joy placed a firm hand on her shoulder. "You have a right to know the truth. She might shock you, but hiding will solve nothing." Lily took a deep breath. "Okay, let's go." At the office, Amelia was finally forced to confront reality. Mark entered, looking exhausted. He had stayed up all night, monitoring social media and preparing to tell her the truth. "Amelia, I think it's time you hear everything," he said softly. Amelia's heart thumped. "Everything? I don't want to hear. I can't." Mark walked closer. "You must. Lily, she's not just a girl from the street. She's your daughter." Amelia's world froze. Her lips trembled. She stumbled back, gripping the edge of her desk. "No, that's impossible. My daughter is dead. I saw the certificate." Mark nodded solemnly. "You were told that, yes. But the truth, she survived. Mama Esther kept her safe. And she has been living in Lagos recently. The girl, the one you insulted." Amelia's knees weakened. You mean the girl from yesterday? The one at the gate?" Mark nodded. "Yes, Lily Johnson." Her mind spun. Her heart screamed. All the insults she threw at that girl, all the harsh words, all the maltreatment. It was her own blood she had been destroying. Meanwhile, outside the office, Lily and Joy arrived. Lily's heart thumped. She held the metal box like armor. Every step felt heavier than the last. Amelia had stepped out of her office moments before, pacing the balcony. The wind carried her hair, and her face was pale, tense, confused. She didn't know Lily had arrived. As Lily entered, Amelia froze. The city noise melted. All she could see was the dusty girl standing before her. The resemblance was undeniable. The dusty hair, the shape of the eyes, the small, trembling hands. Everything screamed at her, "This is your daughter." Amelia tried to speak. Words failed. Her throat tightened. Lily stepped forward cautiously. "Ma, do you remember me?" Amelia's knees shook. I, I, I... Tears streamed down her face. The years of pride, of shame, of guilt, all collided in one heartbeat. I, I don't know what to say," Amelia whispered. Joy watched silently, knowing this was the moment everything changed. Suddenly, the office door slammed. Abigail, a colleague who had been observing from afar, stepped in. "Madam Amelia, what's going on here?" Amelia turned, her voice shaky but firm. This is my daughter, Lily Johnson. She is mine." A hush fell over the room. Daniel's eyes widened. Mark's mouth opened slightly in shock. And Lily froze, not expecting this confession so soon. I don't understand," Lily whispered. Amelia shook her head. I mistreated you. I insulted you. I didn't know it was you. But now I do. And I am so sorry, my child." For a long moment, no one spoke. The room held its breath. Then Lily dropped to her knees, overwhelmed by the revelation and emotion. Amelia knelt beside her. Their hands touched, trembling. And in that small gesture, years of pain, years of lost time, and years of questions began to heal, slowly, painfully, but with undeniable love. Outside, the Lagos sun began to dip, casting a golden hue over the city. It was as if the city itself witnessed the reunion of mother and daughter, the start of redemption, and the end of innocence lost. The news spread through Lagos like wildfire. By the morning, everyone in Amelia's social circle and business contacts had heard the viral video, #Justice for Lily. The wealthy, poised Amelia Johnson had been seen insulting a young girl, shouting at her as if she were nothing. Her phone did not stop buzzing. Emails, messages, calls, all demanding explanations. Reporters were outside her office, snapping pictures of the gates. The social media storm grew by the minute. Amelia paced back and forth in her office, hands trembling. She glanced at the metal box Lily had brought, now resting on the corner of the desk. Every paper, every photograph screamed at her, "You cannot hide the truth anymore." Mark sat quietly nearby. "Amelia, you need to act. Face this, publicly and privately with her." She shook her head. "No, I cannot. I cannot face them. Not now. Not yet. I need time." But the world had no patience. Meanwhile, Lily sat quietly in Joy's small room. Her phone buzzed endlessly. Notifications from social media exploded across the screen. Comments flooded in. How could she treat a child like this? The girl deserves justice. We demand accountability. Lily's stomach turned. She never wanted this attention. She only wanted answers. She only wanted her mother. Joy placed a comforting hand on her shoulder. "Ignore them. Focus on you. Focus on the truth." Lily took a deep breath. "I can't ignore it, but I won't let it scare me." Back at Amelia's office, Daniel entered nervously. "Madam, there are reporters outside. They want a statement." Amelia turned sharply. I can't. I can't talk to them. Not now." Daniel nodded, but the fear in his eyes was clear. He had never seen Amelia like this. Vulnerable, frightened, ashamed. Suddenly, there was a loud knock on the office door. Amelia stiffened. "Who is it? Open the door." A familiar voice called. It was Lily. Amelia froze. Her heart thumped. The metal box on the desk seemed to weigh a ton. Lily stepped inside. Her eyes were fierce, but trembling. "I want the truth, Ma. I want to know why you treated me like I was nothing." Amelia's lips quivered. She swallowed hard. I, I thought you were a stranger. I, Her voice broke. Tears streamed down her face. She could barely breathe. "You insulted me. You shouted at me. You chased me away," Lily shouted. "I know," Amelia cried. "I know. I don't have words. I, I, I am your mother." Lily froze. Silence fell like a heavy curtain. She looked at Amelia, disbelief in her eyes. You are lying," Lily whispered. Amelia fell to her knees. "I am not. I made mistakes. Terrible mistakes. I lost you once. I thought you were gone, and when I saw you, I, I hurt you. But it was never because I didn't love you. It was because I was blind. I am so sorry. My daughter." Lily felt her chest tighten. Tears filled her eyes. She did not know what to say. Mark stepped forward. "Lily, everything she's saying is true. She is your mother." The room was silent, except for the quiet sobs of mother and daughter. Then the office phone rang. Amelia looked at it, trembling. Daniel motioned for her to answer. She picked it up. "Hello?" she whispered. "Madam Johnson," a reporter's voice said. "Your video has gone viral. Will you comment?" Amelia looked at Lily. The girl's eyes were steady, watching her. She realized the world would know soon. There was no more hiding. She took a deep breath. "Yes, I will comment. But first, I need to say something to my daughter." Lily's eyes softened slightly. She nodded. Amelia reached out her hand, trembling, toward Lily. I am sorry, please. Forgive me." For a moment, the world outside did not exist. The city's noise, the reporters, the viral hashtags, nothing mattered. There were only two people, a mother and her daughter, finally confronting the truth. And somewhere in Lagos, the wind carried their cries, their sobs, and their first steps toward reconciliation. The storm outside would rage, social media would judge, people would talk. But inside, in that office, a storm of a different kind had finally begun to calm. The storm of truth, love, and forgiveness. The morning sun filtered softly into Amelia's Lagos office, warming the room with gentle light. It felt almost surreal. Just a few days ago, chaos had erupted. Viral videos, insults, accusations, the fear that the world would judge her. But now, the tension had shifted. The storm had brought clarity. Lily sat across from Amelia at the large oak desk, the metal box between them. Its contents, the letters, the documents, and photographs had been carefully examined. Each piece told a story, her survival, the loss, and the long path that led her back to her mother. Amelia reached across the table, her hand shaking slightly. "Lily, I can't promise I will be perfect. I can't undo the past, but I promise you I will try every day to be the mother I failed to be." Lily swallowed hard, tears brimming. I don't know if I can forgive you immediately, but I want to try. I've waited so long for someone to love me." Amelia's lips quivered. She reached out again, letting their hands meet. This time, no walls, no fear, no misunderstanding, only a connection that had survived 17 years. Outside, Lagos pulsed with life. Cars honked, hawkers shouted, and the city moved on, unaware of the quiet miracle unfolding in a small office. Amelia and Lily spent the day talking, sharing memories, even those they never had together. Amelia learned how Lily survived in the city, her struggles, and her resilience. Lily learned about her mother's life, her fears, and the heavy guilt she had carried silently for years. By evening, they sat near the office window, the golden Lagos sunset bathing them in light. Amelia whispered, "I used to believe pride was protection, but it only kept us apart. Now I see love is stronger than pride." Lily nodded. "I understand, Ma, and I am ready to move forward together." The next week, Amelia made a public statement. She acknowledged her mistakes, apologized for her harshness, and shared her story of reunion with her daughter. Social media was flooded with mixed reactions, some critical, some supportive, but the overwhelming response was empathy. People were moved by the raw honesty, the courage to confront one's past, and the journey from pain to reconciliation. Mark and Daniel watched silently as mother and daughter rebuilt their bond. Joy visited frequently, smiling softly as Lily grew more confident, no longer hiding from her mother or the world. One evening, as the city lights twinkled across Lagos, Amelia and Lily walked through a quiet street, holding hands. Amelia stopped and looked down at her daughter. "You know," she said softly, "we have a long road ahead, but I promise, no more lies, no more secrets." Lily smiled faintly, squeezing her mother's hand. "And no more running." Amelia chuckled lightly, a sound long forgotten. No more running. Days turned into weeks. The city's bustle continued, but Amelia and Lily created their own rhythm. They laughed together, argued occasionally, and shared meals and stories. Every day was a lesson in patience, understanding, and love. The metal box remained on the desk, a reminder of the past, but also a symbol of survival and hope. Amelia knew that life could not erase the years lost, but it could build new memories. Memories filled with care, compassion, and connection. One afternoon, as the sun set over Lagos, Amelia turned to Lily and whispered, "Thank you for coming back to me. You've given me a second chance at life." Lily smiled, warmth in her eyes. "And you've given me a home, finally, a real home." The wind carried their laughter into the city, mingling with the sounds of life, traffic, and distant voices. The storm had passed. What remained was stronger: love, truth, and the unbreakable bond between a mother and her daughter. It had been a few weeks since Lily and Amelia began rebuilding their bond. The city of Lagos bustled outside, indifferent to the quiet moments of reconciliation inside Amelia's home. But peace, as Amelia would soon learn, is fragile. One evening, Amelia sat in the study, going over old documents she had long ignored. Legal papers, photographs, and letters from years ago told a story she had buried deep in her mind. A story of mistakes, heartbreak, and choices that had cost her 17 years. Mark knocked softly. "Amelia, can we talk?" Amelia nodded without looking up. Her mind was heavy with guilt. "Yes. About what?" "About the family business," he said carefully. "There's something you should know, something that could change everything." Amelia finally looked at him, alarm flashing in her eyes. "What is it?" Mark's expression was grave. "Some of the old partners. They've been making moves behind our backs. They've noticed the viral video, and they're trying to take control of the company while you're distracted. Amelia's heart skipped a beat. Her daughter, her reunion, her personal redemption could all be threatened by greed and betrayal. Meanwhile, Lily sat in her room, looking at the metal box again. She had spent days going through each photo, each document, discovering fragments of her own history. Each piece told her something new about her mother, both the woman who had abandoned her and the woman who was now trying to heal. Joy entered quietly. "Lily, are you ready for the next step?" Lily looked up, confusion in her eyes. "Next step?" "Yes. Amelia wants to introduce you to the extended family, people who have been searching for you all these years. But some of them, they don't know you yet. Some might not welcome you easily." Lily's chest tightened. She wanted to meet them, but the fear of rejection lingered. I don't know if I'm ready. What if they hate me or worse? What if they don't accept me as Amelia's daughter?" Joy smiled softly. "You are strong, Lily. You survived years of loneliness. This is just another challenge, and you will face it." Back at Amelia's home, the evening air carried a tension Amelia could not shake. She sat on the balcony, staring at the Lagos skyline, the lights shimmering like distant stars. Her phone buzzed. Another message from the business partners. Her hands trembled. "Mark, they're moving fast. If we don't act, we could lose everything." Mark placed a reassuring hand on her shoulder. "We'll handle this. Together. And you're not alone anymore. Lily is here now. You have your daughter. That's stronger than any storm outside." Amelia looked down, tears brimming. I was so blind before. I thought I could face everything alone. But losing Lily, I couldn't bear it. Now that she's here, I will protect her. And us. No one can destroy this family." That night, Lily had a restless sleep. Dreams of fire and chaos haunted her, memories she didn't fully understand. She saw glimpses of her early childhood, of shadows she couldn't name, and faces filled with both love and fear. She awoke suddenly, heart racing. Joy was asleep on the sofa, the small lamp casting a soft glow across the room. Lily sat quietly, clutching the metal box. "I survived this long. I can survive anything," she thought. And she knew, deep in her heart, that the real challenges were just beginning. Not in the streets of Lagos, not in the viral videos, not even in Amelia's guilt, but in the people who had hidden truths, resentments, and greed waiting for the right moment to strike. The next morning, Amelia called Lily to her study. "We need to prepare for tomorrow. Your extended family, they're coming. And I want you to know there may be questions, arguments. Some may not understand why I lost you. But I want you to hold on to one truth. You belong here, with me, with us." Lily nodded slowly, swallowing fear and doubt. I will try, Ma. I want to face them. But I'm scared." Amelia took her hand, squeezing it tightly. "Fear is normal, but courage is what brings families together." Outside, Lagos awoke to the sunrise, golden lights spilling over the streets. The city would witness many stories today, some of conflict, some of triumph, but inside Amelia's home, a new chapter was about to unfold. The shadows of the past were gathering, silent but potent. Secrets, lies, and old resentments waited just beyond the horizon. And both mother and daughter would soon have to face them. Because the past, no matter how deeply buried, always finds a way to return. The morning sun spilled golden light across Lagos as Amelia prepared for the most nerve-wracking day of her life. Her extended family, distant relatives she had long avoided, were coming to meet Lily. After 17 years of separation, questions, secrets, and the weight of social scrutiny, the day had finally arrived. Lily sat quietly in the living room, her hands folded in her lap, the metal box resting beside her. Joy had prepared tea and small snacks, but neither could eat much. Both were tense, knowing the meeting could either solidify Lily's place in the family or shatter everything again. Amelia took a deep breath. Remember, Lily, some of them may not understand. They may ask harsh questions. They may judge. But you belong here. No one can take that away. Lily nodded, though her stomach churned with anxiety. I understand, Ma. I hope they can see me as your daughter, not as a stranger. The car pulled up, and Amelia's cousins, aunts, and uncles stepped out. The first greetings were polite, smiles measured. They were shocked by Lily's resemblance to Amelia. Dark eyes, soft features, and that quiet strength that could not be hidden. One of Amelia's older cousins, Veronica, stepped forward, scrutinizing Lily carefully. So, you're the girl? She asked, voice sharp. Yes, Amelia said softly, stepping beside Lily. She's my daughter, Lily Johnson, and I have failed her before, but I intend to make it right. Veronica raised an eyebrow. You expect us to accept this after all these years? Amelia swallowed. I don't expect anything. I only ask, give her a chance to know her family. The conversation was tense at first. Questions came rapidly. Where had she been? Who had raised her? Why hadn't Amelia searched sooner? Why was she only appearing now? Lily answered honestly, her voice calm, though her heart raced. I survived, Lily said. I didn't know my mother lived. I didn't know she cared until recently. But I want to be part of this family, if you let me. Some relatives softened. Others remained skeptical. But slowly, cracks in their skepticism appeared. The resemblance between mother and daughter, the undeniable truth in Amelia's eyes, and Lily's calm courage made it impossible to deny. Then came the twist. Veronica pulled out a folded letter from her bag. I think you should read this, Amelia. It came from your mother, years ago. She explained why she gave Lily to Mama Esther. I found it while clearing old papers. Amelia's hands trembled as she opened the letter. Her mother's words poured out like a confession and a plea. Amelia, my child, I cannot care for your daughter as I should. You are too young, too fragile, and life has been unkind. I entrust her to Mama Esther. Keep her safe in your heart, even if fate keeps you apart. One day, truth will guide you back. Amelia gasped. Tears streamed down her face. She wanted me to live, and Lily to survive. She trusted someone else to keep her safe. Lily stepped closer, wrapping her arms around Amelia instinctively. I understand, Ma. I get it now. The distance, the pain, it wasn't your fault. Mark, standing quietly in the background, felt tears prick his eyes. The room, heavy with tension, began to lift. Family members who had questioned Lily's place slowly nodded, softened by the undeniable bond between mother and daughter. By afternoon, laughter began to fill the room. Stories were shared, old photographs examined, and tentative connections formed. Lily learned about cousins she had never met, uncles who smiled kindly, and aunts who were now curious about the girl who had survived so much. Amelia watched her daughter carefully, marveling at the resilience and grace in her. You are stronger than I ever imagined, she whispered. Lily smiled faintly. I had to be. Life didn't leave me a choice. The extended family gathered outside for a photo, smiles finally genuine. Cameras clicked, Smartphones recorded the moment. And in that small frame of time, the past, the mistakes, and the distance seemed to melt away. But even in this moment of triumph, Amelia knew life would not be simple. The shadows of those who had sought power, those who had judged, and those who had secrets still lingered. The storm outside, the city, the world, and social scrutiny would continue. Yet inside her home, Amelia and Lily had begun building a fortress of truth, love, and resilience. The journey was far from over, but for the first time in 17 years, mother and daughter walked side by side, ready to face whatever came next. And Lagos, vast and chaotic, hummed beneath the golden sunset, witnessing a family reborn. Lagos was drenched in the heat of mid-morning when Amelia returned to her office. The city hummed relentlessly outside the windows, but inside, tension wrapped itself around her like a thick fog. After the extended family visit, things had seemed to settle, but Amelia knew that peace was temporary. Mark entered quietly, holding a folder. "Amelia, we have new developments. The partners who tried to seize the company, they've escalated the conflict. They've brought legal challenges, claiming irregularities, and public opinion is still mixed from the viral scandal." Amelia felt her stomach tighten. "I thought, after the apology and the family reconciliation, I thought things would settle." Mark shook his head. "You cannot control how people respond, Amelia. We can only prepare and face the storm." Amelia ran a hand over her face. "I've faced enough storms. I don't want to drag Lily into this." Meanwhile, Lily was in her small room, sorting through the metal box again. Each photograph, each letter, seemed to tell another layer of her story. She traced her fingers over the edges, remembering her struggles and victories. Joy entered with a small tray of tea. "Lily, you've been quiet all morning. Are you ready for today's meeting with the company lawyers?" Lily nodded, swallowing her fear. I have to face this, not just for me, for Ma." Joy smiled softly. "You are brave. Remember, courage is not the absence of fear. It's moving forward despite it." The office was tense. Lawyers, assistants, and staff moved with purpose, papers rustling, phones buzzing. Amelia sat at her desk, watching Lily enter beside Mark. She felt a mix of pride and anxiety. Her daughter, who had survived so many trials, now faced another challenge. The same ruthless world that had once separated them. The first meeting was intense. Lawyers argued, documents were scrutinized, witnesses called, and Amelia's credibility was tested. Lily watched quietly, noticing how her mother carried herself, resilient, determined, yet visibly strained. At one point, a senior partner leaned forward, voice sharp. "Amelia Johnson, can you explain why your daughter's sudden appearance impacts your claim to control? It seems suspicious to many." Amelia took a deep breath, glancing at Lily. "My daughter's existence does not weaken me. It strengthens me. It reminds me of why I must act with integrity and care." The room fell silent. Lily saw a new side of her mother, a combination of strength, wisdom, and vulnerability she hadn't fully appreciated before. Later that evening, the battle continued at Amelia's home. Lily helped review documents, learning quickly the intricacies of corporate law. She had always been observant, resilient, and determined. Now, her intelligence and insight began to shine in ways even Amelia had underestimated. "Look here," Lily said, pointing to a clause in the document. "If this section is challenged, we can counter with the previous shareholder agreement. It will protect your position." Amelia stared at her daughter, amazement in her eyes. You, you're incredible, Lily. I didn't know how much I underestimated you. Lily smiled faintly. I had to survive. I learned quickly. But I want to help now, not just survive. That night, the city lights of Lagos shimmered outside the window. Mother and daughter sat side by side, reviewing papers, strategizing, and occasionally laughing at small moments of levity amidst the stress. Amelia felt a profound shift. The daughter she had once insulted, chased away, and misunderstood was now her greatest ally. Lily's presence reminded her that love and courage were stronger than fear and betrayal. I am so proud of you, Lily, Amelia whispered, her voice thick with emotion. I'm proud to be your daughter, Lily replied softly, her gaze steady. But life had one more test that evening. A phone call interrupted their calm. The voice on the other end was cold, calculated, and unmistakable. Amelia Johnson, it said, you think your family reunion solves everything? You are mistaken. There are truths you do not yet know about your company, your family, and the people you trust most. One wrong move, and everything will collapse. Amelia froze, heart pounding. She looked at Lily, who had gone pale, the metal box trembling in her hands. The shadows of the past had returned, not just in the streets of Lagos, or through social media, or through distant relatives, but from powerful enemies who would stop at nothing to control the future. And now, mother and daughter would have to face these threats together. The morning sun spilled golden light across Lagos as Amelia sat quietly in her office. The past weeks had been relentless. Reunion with Lily, public scrutiny, corporate battles, and the constant shadow of threats from powerful rivals. But today felt different. Today, she would face everything with courage and the daughter who had become her greatest ally. Lily sat beside her, the metal box now empty, its contents organized neatly in a drawer. No longer just a symbol of the past, it was a reminder of resilience, survival, and the journey that had brought them together. Ma, Lily whispered, voice steady. We've faced storms before. We can handle this. Together. Amelia reached for her hand. Yes, together. No more secrets. No more running. This is our life now. The phone rang. It was the final showdown call from the company's lawyers. Amelia and Mark exchanged a tense glance. Yes, we're ready, Amelia said firmly. The meeting was intense. The rivals tried every tactic: intimidation, legal loopholes, and even subtle threats referencing Amelia's past mistakes. But Amelia, with Lily at her side, countered each claim with precision and calm determination. Lily, once the timid girl abandoned on the streets, now contributed insight, recalling clauses and details that Mark and Amelia had overlooked. Her calm intelligence silenced even the sharpest critics. At one point, the rival's lead lawyer leaned forward, eyes narrowed. Amelia Johnson, it seems you've underestimated your daughter's capabilities. Amelia smiled faintly, pride evident in her eyes. I never underestimated her. She is stronger than anyone realizes, stronger than anyone expected, and she is my daughter. The room fell silent. Even the rivals, skilled and cunning, could not deny the strength and unity of mother and daughter. After hours of intense negotiation, agreements were signed and the threats dissolved. Amelia and Lily stepped outside into the warm Lagos afternoon. The city, vibrant and bustling, seemed to celebrate with them. Mark joined them, smiling. You too? Unstoppable. Lily laughed softly, relief evident. We survived. Together. The next days were filled with rebuilding and celebration. Amelia's extended family had fully accepted Lily, embracing her as a daughter, niece, and granddaughter. Social media buzzed with supportive messages, inspired by the story of reconciliation, courage, and resilience. Amelia and Lily spent evenings sharing meals, stories, and dreams for the future. Each day was a lesson in trust, patience, and love. They laughed more than they cried, and the bond between mother and daughter grew stronger with each passing hour. One evening, as the sun dipped low over the Lagos skyline, Amelia turned to Lily. I know I can never make up for the years we lost, but I promise you this. I will never leave your side again. Never. Lily's eyes shimmered with tears and warmth. And I will never leave yours, Ma. No matter what happens, we face it together. A few weeks later, the family gathered in Amelia's home for a small celebration. Cousins, aunts, uncles, and close friends filled the rooms with laughter, music, and food. Lily danced with her cousins, her smile radiant, while Amelia watched, heart full. That night, as the city lights of Lagos glittered below, mother and daughter stood on the balcony, holding hands. The wind played softly in their hair, carrying the distant sounds of life. Ma, do you think we can really leave the past behind? Lily asked softly. Amelia hugged her tightly. The past shaped us, but it does not define us. We choose now. We choose love. We choose each other. They stood in silence, feeling the pulse of the city beneath them, the weight of history fading, replaced by hope, forgiveness, and the promise of a future built together. For the first time in 17 years, Amelia felt truly whole, and Lily, finally embraced, finally loved, knew she belonged, not just in the city, not just in her mother's home, but in the world as someone who had survived, triumphed, and been reunited with her heart. The shadows of the past had faded. What remained was stronger than fear, stronger than pain, stronger than doubt. A mother and daughter, forever bound by love, truth, and unbreakable resilience. Dear viewers, what lesson did you take away from this dramatic tale? We'd love to hear from your thoughts in the comments below. If you enjoyed the story, give us a thumbs up, share it with your friends, and hit the subscribe button. Don't forget to turn on notifications so you never miss out on our latest updates. Thanks for watching and stay blessed.